Right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth through the Holy Spirit. And a sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to you, Agim, across the four corners of the earth, pushing this knowledge and truth and this sincerity. So, Brother Barzal from the GMS Arizona Camp, Lord's will, with another quick lesson to edify through the Holy Spirit unto you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the true children of Israel, according to the scriptures and according to prophecy. Shalom. This is Revelations 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Let's jump over to Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Okay. Jacob referring to the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That time of Jacob's trouble is going to be a day of great persecution upon the Israelites. And it's going to come by way of the hand of the devil, which, that word devil just means deceiver, and it's referring to the so-called white man today, was currently in rulership over us, holding us still yet this day in our captivity here in America. And he's constantly persecuting us. He's oppressing us, and he's looking for a reason, okay, to have an excuse to basically to put us to death, to come down on us with great wrath. Why is he going to do that? Because he feels that his kingdom is being threatened. The power, okay, that the Lord has given him over the earth, he feels that he needs to do whatever he needs to do to preserve it. Now, I've been looking into and reading about this guy that Trump has just tapped to be his border czar, and watching videos on all of the shit that this guy has been talking, stepping into the position of controlling the borders. And this guy can't wait to have the backing that Trump is getting ready to give him, so that he can ultimately persecute you Israelites, you so-called Mexicans, which would be the tribe of Issachar, according to the the 12 tribes chart. This is primarily directed at you. Okay, when they at these rallies and they stand on the podium and they talking all of this shit about mass deportation, they're speaking about you, Issachar, you so-called Mexicans. They're speaking about Israelites. And that process of deportation, it could get ugly. You see, so it's going to be a very, we're coming into some very heavy times of persecution upon the Israelites, as the scriptures have warned us of, and as the prophets have been on the highways and byways warning our people. We've been telling them about these things, that they are coming, and that if they want to be protected from these things, need a covering of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. There's got to be a covering from on high, because this time is going to be like never before. Let's get that one too. And then I'm going to pull I'm gonna let y'all hear the new czar speak, and then I want to get this video that shows you what what deportation looks like. But you got to understand that these devils is planning to do it on a mass scale. Who knows if deportation is even the goal? The goal is to be able to round Jake up, and then they can throw him into prisons, concentration camps, do whatever it is they want to do to him, put him to death, You might not even make it back to Mexico. You know, they might just, Esau might get that spirit on him. The Lord might put the spirit on him and just start killing Jake. All right? So we coming into these times, man. These devils are licking their chops at the opportunity to be able to do these things to our people. This is Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there should be a time of trouble. See, same thing that's referenced in Jeremiah 30:7. Such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people should be delivered. Okay, because a remnant, those that believe upon Yahweh Shai and are of the elect, are going to be delivered from the wrath, the hell, the missiles, which this America is prophesied to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. The elect, okay, at the time of Jacob's trouble is going to be delivered out of all of these calamities. That's 1/3 of our people. 2/3 are going to be caught up in it. It says, and at that time thy people should be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book. That's the book of life, which the elect is written in that book. Those are the ones that are going to be delivered from the coming destructions, the coming persecutions, right? So let's listen to this man speak for a minute.
I got a message. As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now. You're damn right. Because you're going home. I got another message. Another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
These niggas, that's a cold statement. That's a cold statement. You know, not that this devil has a problem separating families. He showed you that in the transatlantic slave trade. He showed you that when we was over here in America serving hardcore captivity. He don't give a fuck about separating the families. He was taking babies, feeding them to alligators, just, taking them from the parents, and they'll never be seen again. We were just property. So, but you can see the pride on this guy as he speaks about his plans. And he said, hey, yeah, we ain't got to separate the families. We can ship them out together. But the point being is, y'all got to go. Whether y'all go separate or whether y'all go together, y'all got to go. That's where this thing is going, man. You could just see how, in his speech, you can hear it in his speech, how much these devils is itching to get this process going. So we'll see what it looks like, but Jake better get prepared. If you're not preparing spiritually for a very perilous time, then you're going to get caught out there, because, hey, sooner or later, this devil's going to show his horns. And, and Trump very well may be the guy to really encourage these devils to bring them out. Let's listen to a little bit more. Matter of fact, let's get this. What is it? Is it Second Timothy? Yeah. Let me get this real quick. 2 Timothy 3:1, it says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." All right, so we living in these days. Perilous means hard to bear. That perilous and difficult times are going to come upon the Israelites. You know, the enemy is going to come in like a flood against us to persecute us. We are the main and primary threat to his kingdom and him being able to continue, you know, through Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And so we're the ones that are believing and worshiping the Lord and calling upon his name to come deliver us. We are the problem. We are the threat to him continuing to rule this society. So he got to deal with us. Now let's I'm gonna stop that video there, and I want to get this. Let's see what a deportation looks like.
Out of the 12 million undocumented immigrants in the U.S., roughly 400.
Now, mind you, this was on CNN Business 10 years ago. Okay.
1,000 are forced to leave the country every year. In Boston, it's Andy's job to oversee the first part of the deportation process, the arrest.
Good morning. We're just going to start out with a quick briefing about today's target. Our target today is going to be a 23-year-old Dominican male. He's 5'8", about 132 pounds. He's removable potentially for his convictions for distribution of Class A heroin. Hopefully sometime around 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock this morning, the target will come out of the house, and we'll try to make the arrest outside the house. All right, you guys ready? All right, here we go. Sometimes people are a little misguided in their understanding of ICE and what we do and what we're trying to accomplish. But when I explain it in my words and when they understand that our focus is on removing typically dangerous criminals, I think that they understand.
It's crazy just how precious U.S. citizenship is.
Well, I mean, having been born here myself, I mean, I understand U.S. citizenship comes with rights and privileges that aren't afforded to people in many, many other parts of the world, and it's highly coveted.
Just be advised, the target's girlfriend is on the move again.
This is our target house on the left here.
Officers have been secretly watching this 23-year-old immigrant for weeks.
They both came out, but there's no movement right now. They both came out.
All right, we gotta get ready.
Your call. You want to take them?
No, stand by, Vance. Let's make sure we have eyes on them before we move in there.
We have eyes on them. They're sitting on the outdoor tent. Your call.
All right, 10-4, let's move in. Can I talk to you for a second? It's the police. Show me your hands. Take your hands out of your pocket, all right? We're with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. We're here today because we're going to take you into custody to put you into deportation proceedings based on your criminal record, okay?
Wow.
Okay.
Do you sometimes feel guilty?
Well, I'm not sure that guilt is the word that I would use for it. I definitely feel an emotion sometimes when people become upset because I can understand their desire to stay in the United States.
The U.S. spends about $23,000 per illegal immigrant they choose to deport. After months in a detention center, Jonathan Lara will have a hearing, and if found removable, will be sent back to his home country on a chartered plane. He will not be allowed to re-enter the U.S.
How do you feel about what happened this morning?
It was quite shocking. Still shocking. I wasn't aware of anything. It was just so shocking. I wasn't even aware I was being looked at or searched at or anything.
When you were dealing drugs, if that is the case, did you have any inclination that it could lead to you being removed from this country?
No, I was very young. It was a mistake that I did when I was younger.
Being a citizen or a permanent resident, what does it mean to you?
It means hope and faith for my career, my life, and what I want in life. You're writing your own script to your life the way you want it. You know, it's kind of like you're given an opportunity to become a writer and illustrate your book the way you want it.
And that was very, very light, example. But now you got to think about Trump giving these police officers basically, military weaponry, uh, immunities, and you got to think about them busting up in Jake's house and snatching people up. This time is gonna be much more violent, much more aggressive, guns drawn. You see what I'm saying? People getting hurt. People getting killed. The violence. We're coming into those times. I'm not certain that they're gonna handle it that way, but you could just hear the pride oozing off of this new border czar that, more than likely that's his intent. That's the type of energy he gonna be pushing, being a leader of that whole program. So like I said, Jake don't know what's coming, man. Jake just, watching football and, enjoying life, not realizing like this shit about to go down, man. This is Romans 13:11. It says, "In that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe." The end is right at the door. But before the end, persecution must come. Tribulation must come. And it looks like we're right at the door of that time of tribulation. And Jake need to get ready. Let me get this. I want to go to 2 Ezra 16, because these scriptures are very relevant going into these times, The rhetoric that's being spewed by these politicians, man, the Lord getting ready to turn things up. All right, 2 Ezra 16 and 68, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." See, they're going to take away certain of you, right? Deportation, and feed you, being idle, because you're going to be sitting in these jails, these concentration camps, waiting to be quote unquote processed with things offered unto idols. It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." Jake must be warned that, we're going to come into a time where they can offer you to stay in the U.S. upon certain conditions that might come with you implanting an RFID chip into your body. Understand that is the MOTB, or what we call, Lord willing, they don't take the video down, the mark of the beast. You can't consent, because if you consent and you take that, then the Lord's going to destroy you. And that is a far greater enemy than you being an enemy of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Verse 7, it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." So when this devil comes in, that great insurrection, he gonna be going crazy. He's gonna be a madman. He's not gonna have pity upon no one. You see, it says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." See, these are the times we're coming into. We continue to bring these scriptures out to warn our people. They don't see that these things that are coming are spoken about in the scriptures. It says, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as a golden fire," So because the chosen are going to be in the midst of these things, but they're going to be brought out of it. And that's how you're going to know they're the chosen. So we got to, this is the moment, and these are the times where our faith is going to be tested. So let us remain faithful, those that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and those that, haven't repented and turned back to the Lord, man, the time is now. I just read it in Romans 13 and 11. This ain't the time to be asleep. The Lord is making moves, and he's getting ready to allow this devil to unleash on the wicked of our people. You want to be found out there without the Lord. All right? Because these times are getting ready to get very heavy. I'd encourage brothers to, check out more information about this guy, Tom Homan. You see, coming in, stepping into this position to serve as the border czar, and listen to this man speak about his plans. Talking about squashing sex trafficking and forced labor and all this stuff. Well, bitch, you niggas were the main ones doing that shit. What do you call slavery in America? The fuck was that? But here they are. They trying to put an end to these things. And that's why this devil is a hypocrite. It's just an excuse for him to be able to persecute the Israelites. If you deport Issachar, then your hedges ain't gonna be trimmed. What's up with your lawn care? There ain't gonna be nobody cooking your food in the restaurants. Who's gonna tend to your fields? Okay. Who's building your homes? Doing your renovations and repairs. You get this devil is so quick to get rid of somebody, but then you're taking away a major resource. I bet you a lot of these companies that employ a lot of these illegal Salakia immigrants, a lot of them are owned by the so-called white man. They benefit more than anybody. So, we'll see. Like I said, this devil just is itching for a reason and excuse to put hands on Jake. But hey, that's all the Lord putting the spirit on this man to do it. Because the Lord is going to use this man to eliminate 2/3 of our people. With that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.